Greetings, my lovelies, and thank you for stopping by today. Today we're going to talk about tropes. Favorite tropes, disliked tropes, tropes that need to fucking die. But today is a happy trope, and it's one of my all-time favorites, and it's called found family. So let's go ahead and get chatting. Now, as I was doing my research about found family tropes, you know, the definition, examples, how it's applied in literature and film and all of that, I came across something that said this is probably one of the most loved tropes out there. And honestly, I don't know if it's because it actually is something that people do love, or it's because it's one of the most commonly used tropes out there. Think of Star Wars, the OG, actually any of them really. They're all found family. Avatar, The Last Airbender, The Goonies. They are all carrying elements of found family tropes. So what is a found family trope? It really isn't that complicated. It is basically when unrelated characters become a family. Now, this doesn't mean that every character isn't related. You can have siblings or cousins or whatever in there, but for a large chunk of it, they are unrelated by blood or marriage. They are starting off as complete strangers, and then by the end of the story, they are closer than family. You mostly find these in fantasy and sci-fi stories, you know, Avatar: The Last Airbender, Star Wars, Star Trek, but it literally can be anywhere. Comedies, dramas, it doesn't matter. Like I said, it's a very common trope because it is something that happens very naturally in the world. For anyone that's ever been in the military, you'll find out that the people that you serve with 9 times out of 10 end up being closer than your own family. And especially if you have kind of like a problematic or shitty family, you are going to desperately look for your own sort of family grouping. And so as we talk about this trope, I always think about that one quote is blood is thicker than water. And while that is used by people to say, well, blood relations are more important than anything else, that's actually not the entire quote. It's only a fraction of it, and the entire quote is, blood of the covenant is thicker than water of the womb, which basically means that the bonds that we choose to make are typically stronger than the bonds that we are born with. Found families! Let's talk about some other components that go into the development, creation, or whatever rules of the found family trope. So typically they start off as outsiders rejected by their family. They have to have a reason to not be with the people that they were born into. So think of this as black sheeps that are kicked out of the family, orphans, that's another common one, or having to go on like a quest to resolve something that takes them away from their traditional family. They have to work together, the group, as they sort of come together as a ragtag ensemble, and they have to actually help each other, whether it's to keep them grounded or to help motivate them or to provide a particular service like a healer, or someone who helps train them how to fight, or someone who ferries them across the galaxy. On the surface, they need to be very different from each other because we need them to clash heads. Found families do not happen easily because families are not easy. We are all our own individuals and we all have our own way of thinking, and so that does tend to lead to a lot of conflict. However, they need to find some sense of a common ground. Perfect example of this I can think of is in Avatar: The Last Airbender Season 3 when Katara, it's the episode it's the episode The Runaway, where Katara and Toph are clashing because Toph is very, very rebellious, and Katara, who's always had to be kind of like the mom figure, is really kind of just cracking down on everyone at the moment because Toph is running scams and is really creating a danger to the whole group, and then they both go to their extremes. So in this scene, Sokka takes Toph off to talk to her about Katara, and Katara is sitting underneath them, like there's a cliff, open air, water underneath, and there sits Katara. So while Sokka is telling, Toph about how that when they were younger, their mom died and Katara kind of took over, she can't help kind of how she is. She can't help the fact that she's just bossy and controlling. Those are aspects of her. But it's because she's had to take care of everybody since she was a young child. You know, Sokka makes a point of comment is that, you know, he doesn't even remember what his mom looks like anymore because Katara has filled that role. So when he pictures his mom's face, he sees Katara's. Which is honestly really sad because when you look at Sokka compared to his mom, he has her face. And then understanding that loss allowed Toph to kind of open up about the fact that she understands that she really did kind of hurt her family when she ran away. And that her lashing out like this is sort of her way of not dealing with those emotions. And so Katara hears all of this and she feels bad because she forgot that Toph has her own issues about family and mothers especially. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful scene. But the main thing is that it needs to be natural feeling. We can't just have characters get thrown together and then, oh, we're all so happy, hunky-dory, lovely. You know, that's not how the world works. That's not how human nature is. We are very shy of the other, the outsider. But through these small conflicts and through these learning to rely on each other and learning to see things through each other's eyes and understanding that while we may look differently, act differently, we're not all that differently. And those are the types of things that bring us closer together to help form the bonds of family. So that is all that I have for you guys today with the found family trope. If you have a favorite trope that you want me to talk about, please comment down below. I am going to do more of these. I just kind of don't know in what direction it's going to go. I'm just going to kind of wing it and whichever one pops up in my mind. And if found family is your favorite trope, please tell me why and which found family is your favorite. Mine, by far, is Avatar: The Last Airbender. I will never, ever, ever stop talking about that show. Because, oh my god, this is so good. So if you want to see what else that I am doing around the world, please be sure to follow all of my social media links listed down below. I am on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And be sure to sign up for my newsletter. It comes out once a quarter, and it allows you to participate in the Write With Me story thing that I really need to figure out a better way to sort of talk about it. And don't forget that the second book in my Tale of Blade and Darkness series, The Hidden Temple, is out and about in the world. So please be sure to go check it out, because there is one particular trope that I shit on with a vengeance. And is a whole reason why I am writing this 5-book series. So that is all that I have for you guys today. I hope you have a lovely rest of your week. Get out, enjoy the sun in the summer, and I will see you all next time. Bye.